CalazCon is a show about war, obsession, colonialist occupation, and the many forms of violence those inflict. See the description for content warnings specific to this episode. Good afternoon, Captain Nevermore.
Well, I gotta say, this is a non-standard briefing. What can I do for you, ma'am?
I have a few questions about your squad, the 86.
Well, knock yourself out. I live to serve, as always.
How would you judge each pilot's performance since CalazCon's arrival?
Well, I think if you go back and read my reports, you'll see that everybody's done everything they've been ordered to. I gotta say, I've been satisfied with the results.
Does that also apply to your assessment of the squad as a whole, as a cohesive unit?
Well, I think there may have been some avant-garde tactics employed, but we're not exactly the squad that's sent here to be the most cohesive. Effective enough.
What are your suggested future actions for them, such as transfers, promotions, things to keep an eye on, and so forth?
Is that a joke? Do you even read my after-action reports, or did you just get your knickers in a twist and come down here?
There were survivors.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we need to put Hart down. She's way behind on medals that should be awarded for being injured in the line of duty.
And Killian?
Well, one thing you can say about Killian is nobody's better getting the machine to do what she wants it to do. So maybe get her off this rock. Noted.
Any preferences for remembrance of the other two?
Preference for remembrances? I don't think Ergo Hex would want a military funeral. But I'm going to tell you this. You better fire every gun you have for Misty Avalanche.
I see. Now tell me about Artemis Mayflower.
Welcome once again to CalazCon. We're back with the 86 and embarking on the final mission of the squad as we know it. I'm your GM, as always. My name's Hadrian. My pronouns are he, him. You can find all my work on the internet at nowonewillnotice.com. This season of the 86 is sponsored by Emrys, and if you'd like to be a supporter, you can always go to patreon.com/CalazCon. I am joined by Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine. I am a voice actress. I am playing Dani Hart, the empath. If you'd like to get in contact with me, you can do so at CVBlight@gmail.com, and you can stay off of my socials, as I have.
Well done. Aviator.
Hello, I'm Aviator. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Basil Killian, who's also she, her, as the technician. You can find me immortalized in an obscure 13th century passion play.
Checking my library right now. August.
Hi, I'm August Orion. I'm a black game designer. You can find my work at deviantwarlock.itch.io and uriR.itch.io. I'm playing Hex. He uses he and they pronouns. He comes with a content warning for gore and limb removal.
Beam Saber tradition. And Chad.
Hi, I'm Chad Eldridge. You can find me also over at nowonewillnotice.com, collaborating with Hadrian. I'm playing the squad's envoy, Misty Avalanche, pronouns he, him.
And we set the scene of the city under siege from within by the Goliath, a convention center-sized Avi, because it is literally a convention center. stomping its way through Praxian Plaza and putting on a show for the last question mark amount of time during our downtime. From what I understand, let's catch up with Hex and Basel as things are going down.
Hex had been like, hey, we need to talk and we need to get out of here for a little bit before we take this giant robot down. And so we drove out of the city kind of the day before. I am imagining it's sunset. There is one of the suburbs attached to the city that has been suffered a number of carpet bombings. So at this point, no one has came out here to rebuild anything. It is just a field of rubble and various grave markers to people who did not survive. And we parked the little, I guess it's like a little Jeep. We parked the little Jeep in a clearing. They're both leaning against the car, looking towards the city, seeing the fucking robot just smashing buildings and stuff. Tortellini is also here sitting on Hex's shoulder, and he says, "Are you still trying to get out of here?"
Basel has lit a cigarette, actually, looking out across the city, seeing the giant convention center robot stomp around, destroying things. And she says, "I don't know if there's an out to get to anymore." Just gestures towards the building with the hand with the cigarette in it. "My shop got stomped flat by a mech. Now mechs are getting stomped flat by a building. What's the point? What's the point?"
I had the same feeling when all of this got here. Seeing this city get covered in ads and events that no one who lives here can afford, nor would they even want to go to them, it makes me sort of happy that it's being toppled, because anyone here can just make something new instead of having to spend decades trying to wipe away all of this paint and bullshit they've splattered across our homes. It would just be better if it was on fire. Not sure what to do, but I just disappear and let something like this happen again. Giant robots, sunspot, anything like that.
Place is already on fire. I mean, I don't know anyone down there would say it's better. It's gonna take years to fix everything anyway. I wanted to fix up Killian's cars because that was what my family did for a long time. Long time. My dad used to tell me there's been a Killian at Killian's cars since we settled this fucking planet. But I'm not on that planet anymore. And neither's Killian's cars. So, it would take me years to set back up over there. Same for these people. I guess if I couldn't get out, if I couldn't get away, I think the thing that I would do would be long drag of cigarette. I'd make sure that people could keep places like Killian's cars or that sandwich shop on the corner down there that I think got bombed out, pointing down at the city. What do you think?
When my family got here, it was the people here were trying to not repeat the mistakes our ancestors did on Earth. Move with the grain instead of against it. And when the Dravelians got here and we folded in, all of that was thrown away. If we want to protect people, we have to bloody their nose. We can't just want a sandwich shop to stay safe. We can't just want the city not to burn in garish flames. We have to go to the people who built the robot, their superiors, and make them hurt in a way that they'll never think this is a good idea. Pausing. Absolutely not all what the fuck I'm saying. I'm so much smarter than that motherfucker. And by that motherfucker, I do mean Big Boss.
Yeah.
Basil finishes smoking her cigarette and flicks it to the ground and stomps on it, grinding it into the ground, and looks up at the city and says, Hex, thinking big is fine, but I want to keep thinking small as well, because making sure that the big disasters get answered to doesn't mean we can't also like the little ones, like pointing at the giant robot. Killian's car was just a building like that, except minus the guns and stuff. It's just a building. I can go anywhere, and so I can take that idea with me. You can have your big picture thoughts, right? I'm going to keep thinking about the sandwich shop too.
All right, and now everyone has gotten the transmission. Get your asses back to base. We're going to take this thing down.
Dani is already at the base. She's been kind of composing a letter to her family, I guess an email, that if she doesn't return from the mission, it's going to be sent in a week. She's intending to return, but, it's basically, love you. I don't regret anything I did for this family. And don't touch my shit.
I think Misty was coming back from double checking everything with the food truck.
Yeah.
The hot dogs are warming.
Yeah.
FOOD. Ready for
FOOD
action.
truck. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gotta come back to base smelling delicious.
It's just hot dog. It's radioactive hot dogs. I don't know.
It's hot dog. It's not that. It doesn't smell that good.
Dani's on Canteen
Spicy
food.
hot dogs.
As we all gather up in the conference room one last time here, Rex on site does not have his bathrobe on. He's just wearing fatigue pants and his PT tank top. And he says, well, this is it. I don't know if any of us asked for it, but it's what we've got going now. And he's going to pull the classic Rex maneuver of putting down a hollow transmitter and letting somebody else give you the mission.
And he put the effort of actually dressing up for once? Damn.
As it kind of crackles, it's clearly a recording taken from like a laptop screen. It is Zandre Mavis, the legislator in charge of your operations, ostensibly. He's wearing a rebreather now. If any of you had seen him before, quite a bit more haggard than he used to be post the assault on the legislature. You can tell he's sort of looking at someone who's behind the camera, looking around, and then composes himself and records the message for you.
Greetings, 86. It is I, Zandre Mavis. I have the duty to delegate to you your objective for the upcoming assault on CalazCon Goliath. Your mission is as follows. Infiltrate the Goliath's internal structure and arm the self-destruct mechanism. Once the detonation is primed, the trigger device will be activated remotely from without. Another squad will handle that detail. You need only focus on priming the self-destruct. Perhaps this isn't my place to say this, but I'd rather prefer a favorable outcome for all of us involved. Wishful thinking, perhaps, but above all else, stay loyal and true to your purpose. Dani, Misty, Hex, Basil. That is all. Representative Mavis, signing out.
And he looks a bit nervously again at whoever is standing behind the camera and grabs the top of the laptop and closes it. And that is the end of the message.
Oh, no biggie then.
Yeah, it's easy. Anybody who's not coming back and sleeping in this damn train with me tomorrow night?
Sure, I guess that is a thing.
I wasn't necessarily planning to sleep here tonight.
I don't know why everyone's still playing coy.
We're not playing coy. What are you talking about?
Heck, you spent the last month taking command out from under me. You think I didn't notice?
Rex, you're an idiot. What do you think I'm doing?
Well, by my calculations, you're not being a DFS soldier anymore after this mission. If that doesn't count as retirement, I'm not sure what does.
You don't really know anything. And it's surprising how much you don't know. I don't care what anyone's doing after this. I know what I'm doing. Can we just start planning so we don't fucking die in this robot?
Okay. All right. Mission 5, The Harder They Fall. Target Goliath. Objective: infiltrate the giant RV and arm its manual self-destruct system. Secondary objectives: make your retirements look legitimate. Rules of engagement: stay true to your purpose.
It's Scott. For those who can't see the screen, there are quotes around retirement.
The idea that calling what any of the other three people retirement is even jokingly is like sort of like a, did you lose the premise?
So Basil's going to be like, okay,
No more secondary objective.
So, okay. Basil has brought out a pad from somewhere, like a tablet computer, whatever we've got, flip phone with a Wi-Fi connection. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay,
A Motorola Razr.
yeah.
I was going to say, like, she has a Nokia that still works.
Doing.
Basil can have some sort of digital pad as a treat, please.
No, I've got a sidekick actually. Pulls out whatever and is like, okay, so we've got to get in, right? And I think, do we have the specs for this thing, or
You have access to intel about specific parts of it.
it can't be like, okay, how, like, for instance, can you get in from like when the foot comes down and there's like quick to the emergency doors on the foot?
Yeah, nobody has that specific intel. It's really more stuff about the vital systems of the thing that the DFS has collected over the course of the last mission cycle.
Misty says, does it have air conditioning vents?
Yes, definitely. No roll needed.
Yeah, I think these rich assholes are going to be
And
breathing
then
in.
he rolls up his turtleneck to be higher on his neck.
Looking at this, I'm just gonna say pad and be like, I think the easiest way for us to get up there is we might have to pretend to be the bloodsuckers here. The rest of it's off the ground. If there are any vents, we'd have to either launch out of some type of vehicle, which I am not doing.
Misty looks very crestfallen at the moment.
I'm going to need you to elaborate on bloodsuckers, Hex.
I think you know what I mean. Who do you think is in there?
The capitalists.
That's so true.
I'm sure there's plenty of workers in there, but...
Sorry, Dani was under the impression that there was a group named Bloodsuckers. I didn't realize you were speaking euphemistically.
I also checked the sheet to be like, who the fuck is August talking about?
No, dog.
Metaphorical.
So my goal here is that I want to study schematics and like known schematics and also like camera footage to be like, what is a way in? Like, are there like emergency doors in the feet, or is there like some kind of thing that is easy to get at vaguely ground level or from like the top of a building that we could just jump onto and then have a vague idea of how to make our way forward? And I'm not sure if that's study or engineer, but it is to gather information.
I'll help you.
Oh, thank you. 3 dice instead of 2. And I got a 5.
It wouldn't be difficult to find a building tall enough to gain access to the upper decks. The hard part is finding a building and doing that without the building coming down with you, if it's close enough.
What about lower level access?
Shaking my head. I just remember how the robot is drawn.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
Yeah, I'm going to say the information you get on that front definitely is that there's not ground level access.
Oh, right. This is what if the Xiong had, like, a bunch of legs. Okay. New plan. A grapple gun, like a thing that will shoot a line through one of the windows, and then we just have whatever the automated winch thing pull us up.
Hex just shakes his head and suddenly remembers the plan that we talked about last time.
Let me give you some sideways information here that's kind of not really what you asked, but there are vehicles that dock with it on a pretty regular frequency.
Level with me, Adrian. Is this a what's it? A casualty of my own poor memory?
I believe it is, yes.
The plan that we were talking about, how we would get in, was the one that I just said, Aviator. Unfortunately.
Listeners, I have a very bad memory.
You're fine. It's okay. But that vehicle thing, when you come back to the group, is a great time. It's a great time for Hex to be like, I bet I can get my hands on one of those vehicles without anyone knowing that it's been taken over. I'm going to. I guess it's to gather information, but it's kind of more of me being like, let me just secure our pathway.
Scoping out a potential, then engagement role might have something to say about the acquisition of said vehicle, should we go with that. But
I'm going to
let's gather information
with my people. I guess this is a prowl. If there are a bunch of vehicles on there, they're going to probably have like not necessarily designated spots where they land. I think I talked about it last time of like they probably have some sort of like, I hate to say refuel station, but that's the word that works best.
Call it like a transport depot.
Yeah, it's both being like we're gonna sneak around and also carefully removing some people, replacing them with support staff who just looks similar enough that no one's gonna question what's going on. My prowl is 3 dots now because I got tired of not being as sneaky as I wanted to be. Oh wait, 5. That's a 5.
Got a 5 on that. That gives you a good secure line on acquiring a vehicle here. Should we take that approach?
But how plush are the seats?
Probably. They're probably pretty fancy vehicles.
Yes.
Because there's really only 2 classes of people that are going in and out of this thing regularly. That's the VIP ticket holders and the very occasional worker shift change. But those are much less frequent.
Shot of Hex. Just laying down picture, like on the table, we're all sitting around laying down pictures of the vehicles, sheet of like the shift change stuff.
Okay. Dani or Misty, any information to gather here?
Dani is going to survey the TikToks that are being produced inside the Avi. Because like people do all those like, what a cruise ship looks like kind of like things, but it's just like, day in the life of CalazCon Avi.
Please don't mimic the robot lady voice, Christine. You're using your powers for
You're too good at it.
But yeah, so she's going to watch that and see, what behind the scenes footage she can find. Specifically, she's going to be looking for if there's information about where the self-destruct button is. Because some asshole's going to release that, and I'm going to be watching.
Oh my god.
Doing like a little dance, like, don't touch. I wish there's a way I could like transmit the dance I'm doing, but you can picture it.
Hey guys, I'm here in this giant robot, and look what I found. It's the self-destruct button. It's incredible. The red is the same as the Chanel number 5.
Oh my god.
10,000 upvotes and I'll press it. So yeah, let's see what I find.
Us looking at each other. What if we just...
Oh, TikTok's not a valuable source of information, apparently.
You've rolled a 3 on Space Talk
I sure
browsing.
Have. Your commitment to the space bit.
For some reason, there aren't any videos of influencers flossing in front of the self-destruct button.
Well, before they press it, Dani's going to take one.
All right. Well, I do owe you some information that could be interesting, but it's up to you to make it useful. Lots of videos of various themed, heavily costumed parties happening inside this thing. Sky's the limit on picking your theme. Many, many decades of Calazar media covering all genres.
Dani is flipping through TikToks, and like we're all sort of hovering, and then Hex suddenly just Viper quick reaches out, puts a finger on it, stops the flipping, and it lands on, I don't know, something that's like weirdly vampire rave themed.
I would absolutely go to a fucking vampire rave. Are you kidding me?
Huh.
This
bloodsuckers
seems like our vibe.
I think Misty assumes that there's probably an off-mech multiple parties going on where, like, the VIP guests and stuff are kind of, like, coming and going to different parties and stuff like that. And so I think Misty wants to track one of those down and try and infiltrate and see if he can't find a way to sneak some passes or something like that.
What you gonna roll for that?
Prowl, I think. He's just doing his normal, like, mosey and blend in and gathering what information he can.
The power of looking like the most generic white man possible.
Using your powers for good. Can you please title this Go White by Go?
Oh, that white boy went.
Hell yeah. Go White Boy.
That's a 6, which means you get what you were looking for, which is probably some premium VIP Goliath party lanyards, and you get a little more.
We got the open bar pass.
Yeah.
It's great for missions.
Basil could turn a bar into a firebomb very easily.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'll tell you what you got. You got a little, it looks like a little key fob. It's just a little remote here. Basically does the equivalent of calling room service, except the room service is delivered in a little drone that looks like a bunker unit. One time when you're on this thing, you can have some amenity delivered to you should you choose.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
How stretchy is the word amenity on this?
Well, we'll see. It'll probably require an action roll.
One pistol, please.
One heat-seeking missile.
Yeah. I don't know why, but when you started saying whatever you were going to say, my brain filled in one thoroughbred stallion.
Because the thing is, I was going to say thermobaric nuclear warhead, and then
I see,
and then paused, felt fear in my heart, and then said something else.
Yeah. Thoroughbred stallion.
You never know when you're going to need them.
I'm sure there's some kind of like gladiatorial races somewhere in there.
They're having a Ben-Hur party. All right, sounds like we got a plan coming together. Let's see. So what's our tactic gonna be? Sounds like deception to me.
With the detail being, yeah, we have disguises, we have passes,
and a hijacked limo.
Very quick shot of Hex being like, I think we should keep this for the new crew. Flight capable limo might come in real big use for us.
Let's do the engagement roll. All right, we're starting with 1 die. Now, is this mission bold? Yep, that's +1. Is this mission complex? Seems pretty straightforward to me. Are you exploiting the target's vulnerabilities? Explicitly, yes. Is your tactic ineffective against the target? No. Do you have external support? No. Well, yeah, we'll get there. Also, yeah, that's not going to help on the engagement. Is anyone interfering with the mission? Actually, no. Not yet, anyway. And any other factors? One factor going to be that the Goliath itself is tier 6, so I'm going to knock a die off because it is going to have automated security systems that could potentially trip you up here. However, you are going to get 1 die for your legitimate VIP passes and also 1 die for your hijack limo. So you're up to 4 dice on this engagement. Now, who would...
Hadrian, you should do it this time.
I should do it this time as a special treat for the last one? Okay.
Yes.
If you don't roll well, we'll kill you.
Them's the rules.
Sharpening my knife and fork.
I do know where you live.
Oh no, peer pressured into a murder.
All right, and here we go. I have rolled a 5.
Okay.
You live another day.
All right. Chad, put down the gun.
All right.
Those cannons, those little bulbs on top, are those just like little generators for the cannon, or are they
They're like
massive?
they're like vacuum tubes. It's got audio amplifiers in it.
Oh, it is a giant speaker. Okay.
Yeah, they're sound cannons.
I can't believe in the year
Don't
of
say
our...
you can't. Don't you say you can't. You absolutely could imagine.
I can't believe in the year 2024 we have a mech that can drop the bass and then Skrillex starts happening.
Chad, who does the bass cannon song?
Oh God, I don't remember now. I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
I know you knew. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, it's been too long.
All right, so a 5 on the engagement means we're starting off in a risky position here.
Flux Pavilion.
Flux Pavilion base cannon. Thank you. Going to give you a little get in clock here. First of all, let's describe ourselves getting into this limo here, and just get a brief rundown of how everybody's looking.
Are we in our outfits now, or should we be? Or are we changing in the limo? What's the vibe here?
Well, the limo's gonna have 6 people in it. I think we should maybe change before we go.
Despite the person who is pushing for this the most, I need a moment.
All right, well, we know for sure Misty is in his tactical turtleneck.
But with a leather vest with some buckles.
A leather vest
Yes.
over a turtleneck?
Yes! Let him cook.
Maybe some stealth platform boots.
Uh-huh. Shock absorbing.
Uh-huh.
I guess Dani is in combat boots, acceptable to high-waisted leather pants and low-cut bishop-sleeved blouse to hide her manacles. And the blouse is black, but with like raised black patterns to confuse the eyes, so you can't see the can't see as well what she's packing under there.
Yeah, let's also declare load as we describe our outfits.
Yeah, my pilot load is medium.
Okay.
Misty pretty much always goes light.
You can't ruin the streamline of your outfit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Basel is heavy load.
Yes.
Basel is wearing big black goth stompers, a dark green jumpsuit, full tack harness, and has a duffel bag. Visible gun holster, by the way.
Hex is also going in heavy. Hex is wearing a full suit of Black Knight armor with helmet.
Oh my god.
Hex just looks like a Dark Souls NPC. I will be rapidly removing this armor once we actually start the mission.
Is Rex in his vampiric goth glory?
I think Rex is probably mostly matching Basil's energy, actually. Because he's definitely just got his big boots on, his fatigue pants, still just his tank top. When he pulls up to the designated location for everybody to get into this secret limo, he's pulled out just this ridiculous, gigantic metal backpack and has it hefted up on his shoulders.
You're gonna need to put that in the trunk. There's not enough space for that in the... I think even Hex says that like an order because he did say stop pretending, so I'll stop pretending.
Yeah, it's just a big black steel backpack. Most of the paint rusted off.
Hex says sword, big gun. What are we talking about here?
It's full of tricks.
Okay.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I mean, the answer is just yes, honestly.
And then no one gave Thalia a note that she had to dress up special.
Hexes get up underneath. We're gonna get to it. We get in there, and I assume we lift off. So Hex just like taps the little screen between the seated portion and driver's area. We lift off.
The sticking point of opposition where you find yourself in a risky position is once you've let this thing auto dock with the Goliath, go into the hangar, all disembarked, there is a security checkpoint you have to get through. And the main sticking point here is that they're insisting on peace binding all your weapons.
I painted the barrel orange.
Looking all of them in the eye and saying, they're energy drinks. You may have thought I forgot that this was a thing I did. I have not forgotten.
We did it. You do it literally every session. Hex is being really more communicative, and it's very weird. Hex just over text is just prompts Misty to talk them into believing we don't have any weapons on us.
These are not the weapons you're looking for.
This sounds to me like it might be a group role, unless we all try to get in individually in our own way. Misty's already half up the vents.
I don't think it's a group role, because it's just they want to peace bind our weapons, and it just needs one person to be
if Misty's going to act as a representative for the group, it doesn't need to be a group role. It is. I've given you a 3-tick clock here.
The legendary 3-tick.
I remembered one of the effects of Bandolier is temporarily become calm and enter a suggestible mental state. So if we wanted to, I could hand Misty something and be like, go wild.
Anybody got that trance powder?
Mm-hmm.
Misty's got that trance powder.
Always. Look, it's a party.
The man's right.
Alright, so this is an action roll.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And it's going to be sway.
Smooth talking them, or?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do the, hey, we're all just here to party and have fun. You know, we got the energy drinks, the powder.
Are you going to use the trance powder on them?
I don't know, it feels early to be breaking out the goods already.
I mean, I'll tell you this. Use the trance powder on this security guard, you don't have to roll.
Don't believe it. Don't trust that. Fuck that. That's GM tricks.
Look down on the tattoo on your body that says "Don't believe his lies."
I think I want to try and sway.
Okay.
That seems like fun in this situation.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be risky standard by default because this is just a guy.
I really do love that your argument is it's a party. What's a party without a couple of bombs?
It's gear for our specific proclivities.
We're perverts,
Jesus
okay?
Christ. Yeah, everyone in this limo has a weird soda kink. Don't worry about it.
I figure that fits right in with people with VIP passes into the giant robot destroying the city.
Absolutely. Every single person in this robot as we speak is a freak.
Uh-huh. All right, and that's 3.
All right, you've
hell
rolled
yeah,
a 6.
Misty.
That is 2 ticks.
Only 2?
Yeah, standard effect is 2 ticks. So you've got one of the security crew fully on your side now. In fact, looking forward to finding whatever party y'all are going to.
It was the turtleneck that did it.
Don't worry. He'll find out.
His supervisor is also here, unfortunately.
I give somebody the eye to come close the deal.
I've never used a cohort before. And Rex's specialty is he's big. I think he just pushes his way through.
Play the I'm more important card.
Well, you get to stop him?
Is that a roll?
That is a roll. Dani will roll Rex's specialty here, which will be 4 dice, actually. Because being big and intimidating is part of his specialty.
Got it. Ooh, a 4.
A 4, there's going to be consequences. But you are in.
Are they going to yell at us? Because I can't handle that. When you're thinking about that, I might as well read out what the cohort's expertise and skills are and everything. Rex's expertise is big. He is fearsome and independent, but he is also brutal and principled. In our cohort, Thalia, she is a hacking expert. She's independent, but she is eager.
And I have decided Extant Thalia is one of Spencer Holliday's video producers.
Oh, cool.
We're all like, you can quit now. We're going to give you enough money that you can quit. Fuck that guy.
Oh, I'm not paying her.
I will.
Okay.
All right, your consequence is going to be that once you get through security and into the convention center itself, it's so loud that you can barely communicate. So all social actions while you're in this area are going to have a reduced effect.
Resist.
Okay.
Fuck that.
You don't know how loud Hex can talk.
What if I use body language?
I think this is just, it's less about making sure we are like in close proximity. Hex is just like, I made sure to, quotation marks, acquire like comms that don't really care about how loud it is.
Got them noise canceling transceivers.
This isn't a fight yet, so it's just 3 days. 6,
No
I take
stress.
no stress.
All right.
Danny sends you a thumbs up emoji into your brain.
God, they're everywhere.
Psychic mom posting.
Dance
Nightmare
emoji,
Nightmare
smile
world.
emoji, hug emoji, touch emoji.
Psychically block.
If my mom could text me in my brain, I would spontaneously combust.
Oh, we would simply perish. Yes.
Okay, you've successfully infiltrated the Goliath's convention center level, which after security opens up into a huge sprawling gallery. Let me get to the map layer here.
Are we standing in front of a information booth right now?
Where is self-destruct room?
Yeah. Hey Siri.
Going to the visitor kiosk. Self-destruct room where?
I remember we did get information about the control room or whatever where the self-destruct is from our mission where we interrogated the people at the party.
The information that you acquired Villacrucis's interrogation at the party was about the control room of the Goliath, which is not where the self-destruct mechanism is.
Oh, okay. All right.
The self-destruct mechanism is somewhere deeper in the robot in the maintenance areas and not in the main control room.
Okay. So we need to gather some information first.
Snoop around, do what you're going to do. Go on an adventure here.
Think over comms. Hex asks Thalia just to hack. We need to know the location of the self-destruct. Thank you.
She's pulled her goggles down and is like, I'm on it, boss.
Oh, she is activated.
If you want to do that and letting her take the action, it's going to be a 4-die interface roll. Position is still risky, and her effect is going to be limited. I'm going to assume she's got an upgraded laptop here, thanks to being attached to y'all.
Can we assist by trying to, like, pilfer some credentials or something?
You cannot assist a cohort, but you can do a setup action to improve their position or effect.
I'll do a setup since I'm the person who knows anything about this. Yeah, this is also going to be 2 interfaces back to back. This is some real fucking MMO raid activity. I am doing a bunch of smaller tasks that will allow her to do the bigger one, and this is how I'm going to describe it. This is risky, I presume standard on my part.
You're also limited, but it is a setup action, so it doesn't particularly matter. That's a 5.
5 is all I needed to help her.
Okay, you can improve her effect now. Or her position, whichever you choose.
I'm going to improve her effect to standard. Is that a 4 clock or a 2?
This one is a 4.
4 days.
Crit! That is a crit. All right, that raised it to great effect.
We just need to get these guys to do the mission for us while we, I don't know, go join the rave.
All right.
What? We deserve some time off.
With a crit, I expect like a hollow arrow leading us there.
Well, a crit on this clock gives you 3 of 4, which gives you the location. You're going to have to get into the maintenance tubes to get there. The maintenance tubes are significantly larger than air ducts. Yeah, bad news for Misty.
We'll find an air duct that also goes along the maintenance tube.
Yes.
How big are the air ducts? Are they like big enough for just people to stand up in them, or are they mech size?
The air ducts probably a person could easily like stoop over and walk through. The maintenance tubes, you could put a small LV through them.
Ooh, okay.
Can we wiggle as though we're going through the air ducts?
No one can stop you from
purposes.
just snaking your way on the ground wherever you want to.
Okay.
We do have a risky consequence of the setup action.
Oh no.
Here comes the boy.
It's the boy. You've attracted the attention of the AI that's running this thing, which is Baron Bastardos himself.
The maker of that delicious drink.
It's probably some type of alert or awareness.
Actually, not yet. What it would be doing is him counter-hacking your equipment to lower its effectiveness.
Oh yeah, absolutely resist. Fuck that guy. I would like to say that this is a resolve, because this is the pure focus and energy required to be multitasking.
That's fair.
Misty resists by just turning off all of his electronics.
Unplug it.
Sorry, doing what to your... Throwing them away because there's some sort of spirit, perhaps.
Rolled a 4.
You have an idea, Basil, on how to get us the last stick?
Well, you've got to get into the maintenance tubes. Finding the correct maintenance tube is going to be an ordeal, and just getting into them is not going to be easy.
Ideally, we don't blow the doors off just yet, though.
She has quiet explosions.
Maybe pre-planned, but
she can melt the doors off. How fucking dare you? Pigeonholing our girl like this.
I've just
There's many
noticed a
different types
pattern.
of destroying she can do.
The method to determine which maintenance hatch or doodad we're going to go through, I'm going to do a study. Basel is going to look around and see who's going in and out of whatever maintenance hatches. Like, is there like a maintenance robot? Is there like a tech person? To try and determine which one of these is the magic number. I'm going to spend 2 stress to improve my position. I don't need. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter if it's limited, right?
You want the.
Yeah,
die.
I want the die.
You want the die.
I was about to improve my effect, and it's like, oh, right, we only need 1 tick. So I'm going from 2 die to 3 die, and I'm rolling that study. I got a 4, which is a success, but please tell me what consequence I have.
Well, I will first describe your success. You don't notice any maintenance personnel coming in and out of places, but there are these doors sort of around the foot of the gallery, kind of lined up where the legs would be attached on the outside. And occasionally they just like flit open very quickly. Like those old sci-fi doors where it's just like one frame it's closed, one frame, the next frame it's open. And there aren't people going in and out of them, but there are these like 6 foot tall models of Avies that are roaming around, specifically of the Hope of Calazar and Horizon Blue, the famous Calazar Media hero units. And they are coming in and out of these things, moving stuff around, seeming to be acting as security / entertainment. But through these doors, it's clearly an access way into the maintenance tunnels. And for a risky consequence, Your risky consequence is Darcy D'Amour is here with an entourage, and he notices you.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Aviator, your boyfriend's here. Jesus
that
Christ.
guy you like.
He catches you out of the corner of his eye and is making his way across the gallery, coming up one of these staircases, has to go around a bend and down a ramp and back up another staircase to get to you, but he's on the way.
How quiet do we want this operation to go?
I don't think we're in the loud part of it yet, I think we're still quiet. We should still, keep it, keep the roar low.
We weren't told that we had to keep it on the down low.
Well, we're not supposed to kill civilians, even though he's not really a civilian, but, people can get kind of shirty about that kind of thing.
Also, having a bunch of attention when we want to get into some maintenance tunnels is a bad idea.
So I think the way that I'm resisting is Basel sees Darcy see her and begin taking the whatever weird route and just being like, oh my fucking god. All right, go. You in that door, you in that door, you in that door.
It's like, we're all, giving you space. And what you do is you pretend to be someone else. Oh, Basel? I don't know her. I'm Finnel.
No, that's stupid.
It's got a lot of ramps. We can get out of here.
Basel is simply going to leave before he gets here.
Prowess resist. Just hoof it. Just hit the bricks.
Too stress.
He tripped and fell off the ramp, and he died, but nothing connected to us, so it was okay.
You step into the maintenance tubes here. I'm going to scale these guys here. Just, that's about 6 feet tall there.
I personally would love to have a T-posing neck in every size reference sheet for characters.
Yeah, you step back into these tunnels. Its ceiling's probably like 15 feet tall-ish. It's a round tube, very unadorned, industrial-looking. Stark difference to everything else on the inside of this thing, which is just a neon-clad party facility. This is just a maintenance tube.
Can we hear bass in the distance through the wall?
Oh yeah, definitely. No matter where you are inside Goliath, you can always hear the thumps. It's either music or it's just the sounds of battle outside or the thing stomping.
At this point, this is when Hex is going to remove all of this fucking armor. I think they just press a button on the chest plate and it starts just falling off.
Yeah, good to take your armor off before a fight.
This is not real armor, dog. Bullets will go through this like tissue paper.
EVA foam.
And I think under it, Hex is mostly dressed the same, except they've tossed away the big coat and their old Serpent's Fangs badge and are now just wearing a big. It's not big, but it's stops about halfway, second half of the leg, cloak. They're just kind of wearing it like a cape. They've decided to start wearing fingerless gloves. For some reason, who could say why? And they have these, I think they're weirdly matte black, I always ask you this question because it's bracers on the arms, right? Yeah, just these matte black, anime bracers on. I think Hex just says, oh, do we want...
Well, let me interrupt you here. Because some shit's happening that wasn't really foreseeable, and that is, A, there are several of these drones in this hallway, and B, 2 of them are fighting Zach Richardson.
Time to make our way past.
What the fuck?
I knew he was going to try and be a hero.
Doing here? I think Hex was literally about, do we want to steal one of these mechs? And then Season it's about to ask, how does this idiot follow us everywhere? And then stops because we all know the answer.
Dani in a hot dog suit, yeah.
Overcoms, should we just leave him here? I'm But if we leave him here, I'm worried he'll be a problem.
Oh, once he's spotted Dani, he's moving towards you. That's just gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay, enough of this. I shoot him. Wait, I don't shoot him. I am going to attack him, but I'm not shooting him. Hex is going to mark their... I think it's fine hand weapon? Yeah, it's fine. No, it's fine melee weapon. Because all of my weapons are now are either fine or double fine. The knife is a little bit different now. The blade can now, like, it's kind of like a switch, like, not a switchblade, but one of those, I guess it is a switchblade, the ones you can, like, pop the blade into the handle. It's kind of like that. They can, on the other side, they can, like, when the blade's not out, they can eject this, like, it looks like a whip, sort of. Like this thin metal wire with like a little like weight at the end. I'm going to use it to like wide swing, just like knock him back.
Well, your position is going to be desperate thanks to the deployment of rival move number 1, getting all this drone attention on you. And your effect will be great.
I'll take my Daredevil bonus, so this is 4 dice. You know what? I will push myself for 1 stress. So this is going to be 5 dice.
Dani's going to react. Let's see how this dice roll goes.
Okay, it could have been better. That's a 4.
So many of these dice fucking hate me.
That is a 4. It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been so much worse.
Okay, your consequence, you hit the drones. You're going to put the damage on that clock.
I am going to spend my spark Battleborn to do exactly what I aimed to do here.
The result of this consequence comes from, I think X's aim was true, but when Dani saw that you were throwing a knife at someone that she is kind of, sort of made up with, she's going to scream at you, what the hell, and push you so your aim is off.
I said Battleborn, I'm going to spend Battleborn, but the wording of Battleborn does not seem like I can use it to resist consequences, actually. Other than, like, harm.
Oh, yeah, that is specifically to reduce harm, yeah, or push yourself.
Yeah, this is unfortunate for me. Fuck that guy. 1 stress.
1 stress. Okay, so that attack is going to put 3 ticks on Zach's rival clock.
I've whipped and bowled over the most annoying man on this planet.
He hits the ground and rolls away a little bit, and then he quickly gets back up and he just says, Dani, what the fuck?
What?
Hex just like, not even smack, just like, that wasn't her.
Came here to help you guys. Shit.
Don't want your help. Leave.
No offense, whoever you are, but I'm not talking to you.
Hex gives Dani a look, which is, solve this, or I kill him.
Okay, command roll incoming. I guess it's shouting over the giant robots that are trying to fight.
Well, it's many person-sized robots.
Okay.
I guess I'm sitting ready to be like, yeah, yeah, at the drones.
Zach, I need you to get the fuck out of here right now. It is not safe here. Is this standard or limited effect?
Limited. Unless you use a different.
Oh, because I'm a woman?
Get him.
What if I do it via telepathy and, like, put in the, like, urgency into it?
Okay, now we're talking. Now you're using your abilities, standard.
I do want to say that Misty immediately went into pretending to be the intoxicated partier mode. It's like, I'll get him for you guys, and starts swiping at. Like he's trying to grab him.
Playing it off like you're innocent still.
Uh-huh.
You have rolled a
I'm going to
6
use
on your command roll.
I was going to use my tactical genius, but it's fine.
Yeah.
You got a 6. It's okay.
Rolled a 6 on that desperate standard command roll. That's going to put 2 ticks on his clock. He's now up to 5 of 8.
Damn. Get the fuck out of here, white boy.
We have white boy at home, Zach.
Yeah.
Says Misty. All right. Well, clearly that shook him. But he's not going to back down that easily. He kind of dodges out of the way of one of the robots swinging its wing at him and hits it with his taser gun. And it kind of flops over. Okay, if I'm leaving here with you.
Zach says that, and Basel, I'm marking one load of bandolier, and I hit him with that powder. Except it's he experiences a drowning sensation.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm going to need you to roll a resistance roll first if you intend to stay on this path, because at this point he sees you move towards him and just fully unleashes the broadcast, and you are frozen if you don't resist. Level 3 harm.
Basel, I'm going to protect you. And now I'm going to spin Battleborn. Fuck you, Zach.
And the wording on that is reduces harm. That'll make it level 1 harm.
Resist with resolve. This is combat. We're fighting now.
I'm curious as to how you take a psychic attack.
Yes.
Do you move to attack before and redirect his attention?
I think this is one of those things where this would not work for a person who had no psychic juice in their head, but because I have a little bit, I just it's like I took a bullet for Basel.
Combine that with the reflexes, and it's,
What he feels is he goes to press on someone's mind, and instead he starts hearing disconcerting, because he was going to try and inflict a stunning effect, and instead he just starts suddenly manifesting psychic whispers in his head as he bumps up against Hex's defenses, and he hears an old woman giving instructions on how to properly clean scales off of a fish. An old man's voice giving instructions on how to line up a shot on an animal you're hunting. And what he's hearing is all of the survival wisdom Hex was been given by his grandparents growing up. That's what their defenses are. He's just being read an encyclopedia on hunting.
An almanac of some sort. That is, you've rolled a 4, 2 stress.
2 stress.
His response to that is, well, that's interesting.
And then Basel can go.
I am sort of doing brute force here.
Yeah, I also think you could try and say it's struggle for the part of oh, I don't want to dust everyone else, but the problem is we're in a confined space.
Yeah, I think this is a moment of Basel has really stopped caring here. What is my position and effect here?
Still desperate. Obviously, even just the way you've described this action is desperate, regardless of anything else. Your effect will be great effect then.
Oh boy.
Let's go, baby.
All right, 3 dice.
You have rolled a 4.
Fuck these digital dice. I literally saw the 6, and then it was a 4.
They'll zag on you. Okay, consequence number 1. Effect is reduced to limited. He's got some gear of his own, including defensive measures he's deploying right now. Consequence number 2 is going to be this fight's going to get crashed by someone else in addition to all the shit that's currently happening.
Oh my god. Literal clusterfuck.
You know what? I'm only going to resist the effect removal. I think the thing that happens is, what kind of countermeasures does Zach have?
Particularly on this one, probably just some sort of mask or breathing unit or something.
Resisting by Basel just reaches out and rips it off his face.
Oh, I see.
This might also be a prowess roll. Almost hit cancel there. Oh, 2 more stress. Okay.
2 more stress. That's a 4.
This is fine. 6 stress buddies.
All right. This does fill up his rival clock, but I've still got a couple moves to throw at you here. But first, that other consequence. From one of the little arms that run up and down the ceiling of this corridor on a rail, a little hollow projector fizzles to life with the image of Baron Bastardos. He assesses the scene very quickly, and he says, I see. The Jovangelian traitor. Mayflower, I've found him.
Excuse me? I'm like 3 paces ahead of that. I am also a DFS trader. What are you talking? Hex does not say this aloud. This is
not getting all of the newsletter updates, clearly. Anyway, a couple seconds after that, one of the walls kind of just explodes in this maintenance tube.
Oh my god.
Misty dives for the nearest air vent.
Yes! Go to your safe place.
And ripping out the wall here is Artemis Mayflower in the Avi unit that Liam Forte was in when you killed her partner.
Oh, right. Suck a dick.
How big is this Avi? I'm just curious.
It's a little too big to get in this hallway, but not by too much. And it has made a hole, and her intention is to go after Hex, clearly.
Oh, Jesus.
This is a revenge mission for her.
Thanks for listening to CalazCon. This episode was edited by ScienceBird. You can find them on Twitter as @Vetero. That's VETARO. Sound balancing for this episode was done by Christine Blight. You can reach her for voice acting at CVBlight@gmail.com. The show's music is by Devin Nelson. You can find them on all social media at Devin Decibel. If you'd like to support CalazCon, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/CalazCon. Please tell your friends about the show too. Remember, all glory to Calazar.